Hey guys, I'm here with an update to my console setup here. So you can see, definitely has been a couple changes since last time that I showed you guys this, that barely had any systems hooked up here, but through the last few months I managed to get plenty more systems here, as you can see, as well as a couple new equipment here. Probably most notably, RetroTink 5X. Highly recommend you get this scaler. This is such an incredible scaler that totally beats out the FrameMeister and OSSC for just like a good plug-and-play solution, and just gives you like the best possible picture quality on like modern displays, what have you. Though I do suggest if you're using component, make sure that you do get like HD retrovision cables, so that way you get the best possible picture quality out of that stuff. But yeah, it can be pricey, I understand that, but if you do want like the best of the best, as of today, the RetroTink 5X you can't go wrong with. And for those of you that are curious, in case you didn't see my post, yeah, this is the fourth one that I have gotten in, and thankfully this does work. I still do not recommend you pick this up, even if it works. Like, with how like poorly built these things are, I almost can't recommend these unless what this thing does, like it's the only option that you have, because you know, with this is the GCHD Mark II, if you're unaware, from Eon. You plug this in the back of your GameCube here, so you can use like progressive scan modes on it, so you don't have to get the overly expensive GameCube component cables. But this, you can use like Wii component cables on it, or use HDMI. And this thing is dual output capable. So, for example, you could be you can use like the component to play on a CRT, but you can also use HDMI to display on like your 4K TV right here. So in a way, depending on your setup, you could have like one person use the CRT and the other uses another TV, or you could send like HDMI to go into a capture card as an example, and record footage that way while you play on a CRT here. Yeah, when this thing works, it's really, really good. But I almost just cannot recommend it because of just how poorly built these things are, mainly with the casing, because again, this is the fourth one that I've been through after going through so many problems with Castlevania games, which, you know, all did get resolved and all that, but God, did I have to go through some hassles to like actually get this thing here. I'll leave a video linked up in the top right, so you guys can go see my video explaining that whole thing there. But yeah, well, whatever. But for systems that I've gotten up here since then, sorry for the lighting, I know I don't have good lighting around this area, but a PS2 fat model, is I will be putting a hard drive into that and using like free McBoot and play games off of the hard drive inside there. Dreamcast, really happy to have that system. Do plan on putting the GDEMU into that, and the Dreamcast, it's probably going to be like the last system that I am going to have set up for this entire like setup, this whole project that I'm going for, you know, mainly because I'm waiting for HD retrovision cables to come out for this, and they still haven't released them yet. It's been like more than 2 years since they revealed that they were making cables for the Dreamcast, but still have yet to like release them, you know. Other ones down here, NES, and on top of the system, sorry again if you can't see it, but there is a PS1 right there. I do plan on putting an X station into that, and I will have like videos showing you how to like install all that stuff too. The NES I will be doing RGB mods for, as well as using like an EverDrive. My Super Nintendo, this is the same one that I got boxed in my last pickups video that I showed you guys in January. For this as well, I do plan on getting an EverDrive for this as well, and right next to it, N64. Maybe I'll get an EverDrive for this, but then again, there's not a lot of games in the N64 library that I really want to play. Because personally, I've never been a fan of this console, but hey, if I feel like it, maybe I'll get an EverDrive for it. GameCube, one of my favorite systems here, that once I get the GC loader into the system, I so look forward to playing games on this system, because man, there's still so many games on GameCube that I have yet to play, and they all are phenomenal. brought out my Wii U. I've had this system for quite a while. I remember that I bought it off of a friend back in college years ago, and what's pretty cool, it is the Wind Waker version, where it's got like the gamepad with all the Zelda graffiti on it here, so really happy to have this. In fact, interesting story, I had to use that in order to fix something with this piece of crap right here, because if you do plan on picking this up, if you're going to use a component, you may have to disable line doubling on this, because with that button right there, you see it allows you to set up a remote control with it, since it's infrared, and you would have to change a menu in this thing to disable line doubling, so that way it displays properly on a CRT. Just in case you guys are aware, if you still plan on picking this up here, if you plan on using it on a CRT, you will have to do that method possibly. They do give you instructions in the box to explain to you how you can set that up. And fun fact, I had to use my Wii U gamepad in order to disable that, because I didn't feel like using my other remotes there. Just, that was such a quick solution for me to get that working and all that. But yeah, other than that, I am still waiting on my G-Comp switch to come in, which that's not going to be in until April. Later on, I will be getting like my ODEs for my disc-based systems, like the PlayStation, Dreamcast, what have you. I am like currently working on getting all of like ROMs and ISOs for like all the systems here for like games that I would want to play on these consoles, and let me tell you, it's just, that has been such a long process that I have been following. I think it's called like Video Games Library on YouTube, where they have videos going through mostly like every single game that was ever released for like every console out there, including like in other regions or for like their exclusive titles, what have you. Almost done going through all the systems here in that list. That it will be nice to know that I'll have like everything loaded, that once I get SD cards and the ODEs installed in the system, like everything will be good to go. Almost forgot one thing here. I did get all of these right here. These are all HD Retrovision cables that I already have like hooked up to some systems right here, so that way they're already plugged in for the systems I'm going to be using for, and they'll be ready for the G-Comp switch whenever that thing does come in. So yeah, that will do it for this video, guys. Do appreciate if you can rate this video, share with your friends, comment below of any suggestions you have for this setup here, or just your overall thoughts on it so far. So do subscribe for more content like this in the future. Till then, I'll see you next time.